I was a mayor when the drug war was implemented, Mr. Chair. And let me tell you, nasa lahat ng implementation sila against the fight with the fight against drugs, hindi ka pwedeng lumapit sa drug pusher o sa drug lord at sabihin mo, pwede ho ba tumigil na ho kayo? Kasi lahat ito, all of these people, all of these personalities, they have firearms. Hindi mo pwedeng sabihin sa tumigil ka na. Ay babarili ka kagad ng mga yan. So during the implementation na nanguhuli sila at hinaharang nila to, nagkakaputukan talaga, and that is really true. Sad na may namamatay. Sad pati yung polis na sasama. Pero inuutusan yung polis eh. Trabaho nila, Mr. Chair, pag sinabi ng higher up sila, gawin nyo ito. They will do what they're told. And that's the reason na marami namatay. Both from the civilian, both from the police, pati na rin yung mga drug personalities. Now, Mr. Chair, in our conversations, there are two more items that I'd like to bring up, Mr. Chair. First, when Mr. Kerwin Espinosa said na lahat ng sinabi niya sa Senate hindi totoo. That is an institution that we also have to protect. What if he will go into another investigation and he will say that everything he said here is not real, is not true? So, ano yung pinanghahawakan natin lahat in both institutions of the Senate and the House? And second, it was Colonel Marcos who was head of the CIDG in Leyte at that time during the killing of the father of Kerwin Espinosa. And ang haba nung sinabi ni Kerwin, but we haven't heard yung side, Mr. Chair, ni Colonel Marcos kung ano yung masasabi ni Colonel Marcos regarding sa mga nangyari sa event ng pagkamatay ng father ni Kerwin Espinosa. So, Mr. Chair, will it be possible to hear aside from Colonel Marcos against sa sinabi ni Kerwin so that we can hear both sides?
Yes, kanina earlier when Congressman Rog Gutierrez and other members were asking questions to Colonel Marcos, sinasagot naman ni Colonel Marcos yung patungkol doon sa kwento sa totoong nangyari doon sa loob ng kulungan sa Leyte.
Bye-bye.
And somehow he has already given some information to the committee as to kung ano naman yung side o yung version ng story on the side of Colonel Marcos.
Yes,
earlier, may mga comments na dinagdag si Colonel Marcos, but we reminded him na hindi pa pwedeng sumobra yung kanyang sagot dun sa tanong na tinatanong ni Congressman Gutierrez, and we promised him that we will give him time later on before we shift to another topic para magkaroon din ng pagkakataon siya sa committee ito na magkwento o mas masagot yung mabigyan ng isang side o isang anggulo yung sinasabi naman ni Kerwin Espinosa. And we will give him that later, Your Honor. But
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Also, if we can take up protecting our institution and the Senate.
I absolutely agree
yes.
with you, Congressman Gomez. In fact, paalala lang sa ating mga resource persons na naimbita, for the information na rin ng ating publiko, hindi naman po 101% pinaniniwalaan natin ng committee ito ang kanilang mga testimonya. The only reason why we are asking them to execute an affidavit nang sa ganon ay hindi po tayo balikan in the future para sabihin nila na sila ipinressure, tinakot, pinilit o hindi kaya isinubuan ng statement. And that is the reason why we require them to execute an affidavit. So ito ang gusto nating sabihin because we really want to protect the institution, both the Senate at itong lower house. Dahil po tayo dito sa Quadcom, ang ating layunin, wala naman iba kundi ipalabas ang katotohanan. Kung meron man pong lumalabas na mga personalidad o pangalang nababanggit, base sa mga testimonya o hindi kaya sa dokumentong isinasubmit sa atin, yan po ay tinitimbang natin. Nang sa ganoon, pag tayo'y gumawa ng committee report, lahat po ng side ng kwento ay kasama ho sa ating committee report.
Yes, Mr. Chair. And lastly, with regards to the statement of PDEA, I think it is inaccurate for him to say that the drug fight or the drug problem did not improve during the drug war. I can say that in my city, when I was mayor, nag-improve yung nag-improve yung situation namin during the drug war because yung police namin nagtrabaho talaga sila. As a matter of fact, during the course na marami silang hinuli, in less than 2 months, Mr. Chair, there are over 900 people who surrendered in front of my city hall when I was mayor. Why? Because natatakot ho sila na mamatay and they surrendered. And because of that, the drug problem in Ormoc City bumaba talaga. So, it is not accurate that the Director General said na hindi nag-improve ang situation. At least in my part, as mayor, and I can only speak for myself, nag-improve yung aming lugar.
Yes. May we now ask PDEA to categorically state, no, is this the opinion of the Director General only, or this is based on reports or facts that were gathered by the PDEA when you said that it did not improve?
Your Honor, Mr. Chairman, the question that was asked was that with the passing away of Mayor Espinosa, did it have any effect in Albuera? That's why my answer was that as far as Albuera is concerned, we neither have any indication whether it diminished or the drug campaign or the drug trafficking situation flourished. That was my answer, Your Honor.
Yes.
This
Yes, regarding this
question,
issue,
sir.
Mr. Chair, yes.
Okay.
I'd like to ask in layman's terms, Mr. Chair. Dahil yung police gusto nilang gawin yung trabaho nila, na makakuha sila ng search warrant, kasalanan ba nila na yung judge ang mag-issue ng search warrant? Now, if there is a jurisprudence from the Supreme Court, bakit nag-issue ang judge?
Hindi, yun na nga eh. Ang point dito is, the opponent per se should have a direct knowledge. And of course, may problema ang judge. But at the same time, may problema kayong mga pulis. Alam mo bakit? Because you're forcing it to have an opponent without direct knowledge and you talk to the judge, in which ang judge ito may problema din, then you operate not on the reason of the items supposedly under the search warrant. Yun ang malinaw eh. Namatay si Egay Alvarez. Eh, hindi ko sinasabi na he's not a drug lord. When in fact, ako alam ko, he's a drug lord. Pati source niya. Pati yung namatay dun sa Dapicol. But of course, it's a different thing. It's a different story. We're talking about extrajudicial killing here. And hindi to simpleng coincidence. Hindi simpleng coincidence. Kasi dalawang jail sa Leyte ang nangyari. You serve a search warrant and the result is namatay yung mga allegedly drug lords or narcotics, narco drugs, politicians. Yun pong totoo. Di ba? Eh, ang sinasabi ko, I am not defending here the drug pushers, the drug lords. But what I'm saying is, you're violating the law. Because you have a different purpose in getting the search warrant. Yun ang malinaw. And history is telling us now, it never happens na lumabas ang katotohanan during the previous administration because that is part of the drug war. Yun ang malinaw. Chairman Akop?
Congressman Paduano, kindly wrap up.
Chairman Akop, I thought you will... Anyway. Now, Colonel Marcos, you produced the deponent. The names of the deponent.
I will call Major Laraga, sir. After tatawagan ko kagad.
Ayun, si General Torre. At the same time, the deponent doon sa sa bahay ni Espinosa.
Opo, sir. Tatanong ko po kay Major Laraga agad.
General Torre, kindly check, please.
Yes, sir. I'm
Kindly
already
wrap up,
talking to
Congressman
the
Paduano.
regional chief, sir. We are asking for the deponent and the applicant, sir.
And you produce, Attorney Colonel Marcos, the names of that lawyers within the day.
Yes,
If you
sir.
cannot produce those name of lawyers,
Yes, sir. I
we'll
will,
be forced to cite you in contempt.
I will call my colleague, sir, para makakuha ko yung pangalan.
Now, you're saying about the involvement of the jail guards, di ba? Kaya kumuha kayo ng search warrant doon sa kabila, sa Samar, instead of getting it in Leyte.
Yes, sir.
O now, dahil, ba't doon kayo kumuha ng search warrant? Why?
Sa Samar, sir.
Yeah. Ba't doon sa Samar, not in Leyte?
Ganito po yan, sir. Si Major Laraga po, yung provincial officer ko, they are po the operating arm of different provinces. Pumunta po sa akin, sir, mag-apply po ako ng search warrant. Tinong applyan mo? Ito, sir, may input tayong ganito, ganito, ganito. O sige, i-apply mo ng search warrant. Kung i-approve ka ng judge, implement natin. Ngayon, sir, hindi man po lahat ng search warrant na ina-apply ng CIDG or ng provincial offices, ina-approve ng judge. Marami din pong dinideny. Ngayon, nataon, sir, si Major Laraga, pag-apply niyan, na-approve, in-implement po namin, sir.
And then, hindi pa sinasagot yung tanong ko eh. Why not in Leyte? Why in Samar?
Sa rin yun, sir, sa tinanong ko kay Major Laraga, bakit sa Samar ka mag-a-apply? Sabi niya, sir, pag dito ako, sir, nag-apply sa Baybay o dito sa malapit sa atin, yung mga empleyado dito, mag-interconnected yan. Mamaya, matawagan, sir, na may warrant tayong isi-serve. Yun ang binigay niyang reason sa akin.
Eh, ano yan? Teorya nyo yan. Yeah, presumption nyo. Diba?
Assumption po ni Major Laraga, sir.
Hindi, pati kayo. Siyempre, nag-report na nga sa iyo eh. Pinayagan mo kahit na doon sa kabila.
Yes, sir.
Oh, di ba?
Nag-okay ako sa kanya, sir.
But a while ago, you're talking about the collusion between the alleged drug lord and the jail guards. Di ba? Sinabi mo yon?
Sir, that is also based on the intel report submitted by Major Laraga.
Major Laraga?
Yes, sir. Leo Laraga, sir.
Siya yung siya yung na-demote
Oh, sir. Bali from na-demote yan, sir.
because of,
Under appeal sila sa NAPOLCOM
and then, tinatanong
because
because
of the
of,
administrative charge, sir, pertaining to the Espinosa case.
okay. Now, ganito lang yan kasi, Colonel eh. Kasi, if you have strong evidence or data, no evidence, with regards to collusion between jail guards and the drug lords, did you file a case against those jail guards?
Hindi po, sir, nag-file si Major. Hindi kami nag-file, sir.
O bakit hindi kayo nag-file? Kasi, di ba, kaya nyo kinuha yung search warrant sa Samar, not in Leyte because you believe that there is collusion between drug lords and the jail guards. So why didn't you file a case against the jail guards?
Sometimes kasi, sir, intel reports doesn't stand in court. Hindi po tatayo sa korte ang intel report, sir.
Yun yung problema eh.
Kindly wrap up, Congressman Paduano.
Anyway, hindi pa ako tapos sana.
No, you will have your time.
Anyway.
After this round, we will have another round because we still have another resource person that we will have to present before this committee. And then, I will guarantee you that you will be the next interpellator in the first round of that particular resource person.
Mr. Chairman, magkakasunod-sunod kasi ito, baka malaman pa ni Colonel Marcos. I will just hold my questions, Mr. Chairman. But again, I just want to manifest once again that Colonel Marcos should submit to this committee the names because before this hearing ends, in today's hearing, because I have to talk to that lawyer. Nandito naman po yung AMLA.
Okay.
Then, yung question of the names that we asked about the deponent.
Sir, I will call Major
And then,
Laraga.
nandun si General Torre din is now communicating, I think, he's now communicating with Major Lara. May mga tanong pa ako doon. Marami pa po. Now, lastly lang pala, Mr. Chairman, can I ask the, baka makalimutan ko, can I ask the DOJ, what
Yes,
are
Mr.
those,
Chair.
what are those reason or requirements, legal requirements that the case of Igay Alvarez, in the case of in which and the case of Mayor Alvera, in which police officers are involved in the death of those allegedly detained drug lords. What are the reason, the basis or reasons for it to be reopened?
I'm very again, Mr. Chair, I'm here actually for the Pogo related issue, so I'm not very familiar with their cases, sir. I'm just a while ago I was answering on the questions regarding this particular incident based on the decision of the Supreme Court that I just read, but as of now, I'm still. I'd like to refer back to our main office so that we could inquire upon it.
Please, please.
Yes, sir.
Now, can I get the opinion na lang, last na lang, Mr. Chairman, can I get the opinion of our dear colleagues, former colleague, is also a top-notch lawyer, may kababayan in Bacolod, Congressman Nery Colmenares, with regards to possible reopening of cases, no? Of the case with doon sa kay Egal Alvarez, and the same kasi namatay doon sa loob ng jail. And I do believe that may problema po sa process. And I also do believe that the purpose of that trade, no, and the search warrant is not to get what is what is in the search warrant, but the life of the two PDLs.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yes, there is always that possibility of opening up these cases, Mr. Chair. Secondly, the issue of search warrant factories had been an issue. That's why the Supreme Court was even forced later on to say na hindi pwede yun. You're using, because many people died because of these search warrants issued by Metro Manila judges, Mr. Chair. So, in cases such as this, misuse of the legal processes of the law or heinous crimes like crimes against humanity, for example, Mr. Chair, this can always be opened anytime, Mr. Chair, especially since they do not prescribe, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Congressman Nery. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano. Colonel Marcos, huwag ka munang umalis. Hanggang alas 12 tayo ngayong gabi, and we will definitely come back to you during the second round. Now, the next to interpolate is Congressman Acop and then Congressman Abante for the wrapping up before we proceed with our